Well, you might not necessarily choose Lee Bowyer as your son-in-law, but as a football manager, you'd rather have him in your team than facing you. His weekend goal at Southampton was his 50th for the club. Jonathan Woodgate was worst affected by the trial at Hull Crown Court tonight. It's his first Premiership start here in almost a year since the defeat by Newcastle last January. Leeds United, who have not won a game on New Year's Day for 10 years, get us underway. That victory back in 1992, incidentally, was against West Ham and, of course, was en route to the Championship, the last Championship before the Premier League began. Here's Sebastian Schemmel, who got his first goal for West Ham on Boxing Day. Header clear was by Ferdinand, and this is Ian Hart. Cole, sliding challenge was by Bowyer, who started on the left. Hart. Repka's header into the back of Viduka. And across comes Christian Daly. Matty sliding in. It's going to be a night for keen judgment of tackles. You'll notice we started with a yellow match ball because the pitch may frost over as the evening wears on and the temperatures plummet still further. It's Hart and Bowyer over the free kick. Bowyer who takes it. And a little bit of confusion there in the Leeds ranks. Woodgate. Now Kelly. Mills had made a move out to the right, but he's looked in field instead to Batty. Layoff was by Viduka, who gets it back from Smith. Tidied up in the end by Winterburn, who scored West Ham's winner here last season. Woodgate with the challenge. Bowyer. Smith. It's too short for Schemmel. Fowler. Now Alan Smith. Hart. Cleared by Repka. This is David Batty, who was sent off in the last meeting of these two sides. It is a fixture that's had a habit of seeing red cards produced in recent times. Viduka tried to get it back, but it's fallen here for Freddie Canute, who again finds himself lining up alongside Jermaine Defoe in a partnership that Glenn Roeder feels has huge promise with their contrasting abilities, the strength of Canute and the natural finishing instincts of Jermaine Defoe. And just to confirm the subject of Flare Cam for the first quarter of an hour or so, Leeds Robbie Fowler for Sky Digital viewers on Channel 403.
Just looking at Leeds' formation, Rob, Lee Bowyer is actually playing on the left. You've got Gary Kelly and David Batty in centre midfield. Alan Smith at the moment playing on that right side midfield role.
Here's Mills. Smith had tucked in and goes for the return here from Fowler. Viduka! What a start to the new year for Leeds United! In the 4th minute, a wonderful move carves West Ham apart.
But you just can't defend against that. It's fantastic one-touch passing from Leeds. Superb goal. Ball's played in here to Fowler. Great ball to Smith. Cross for Viduka. Makes it look simple. It's not a simple finish. Great ball from Alan Smith. He's fully aware there. Viduka cushions it into the net. Fantastic start for Leeds.
For the 4th home match in a row, Mark Viduka is on the score sheet. It's his 10th goal in all competitions this season, and it gives Leeds the perfect opening. A victory tonight, remember, will take them to the top of the FA Barclaycard Premiership, with Arsenal not having played and Liverpool having blown the chance to take over at the top, at least temporarily, by dropping 2 points at home to Bolton. So a massive incentive for David O'Leary's team to win tonight. Way off by Sinclair. And that's a clearance by Rio Ferdinand. Sinclair again. Danny Mills, who was very much involved in the goal move, as was Robbie Fowler. It was crisp passing by Leeds, and Viduka the eventual beneficiary. Mark Viduka. Has been a bit of a talisman for West Ham of late with his good goal scoring. They need one from somewhere now. Already given a difficult task by Leeds' early breakthrough. Ian Hart. With the throw. Left for Fowler, but cleared in the end by David James, his former Liverpool colleague. Kelly. Mills. Smith. Kelly again, now Batty. Hart gets it across, cleared by the head of Repka. West Ham, though, having to defend deep against this impressive lead start. A bit short for Sinclair, and it's Danny Mills who nips in. Looking for Viduka! What an incredible start to 2002 for Mark Viduka! 2 goals, and we're only in the 7th minute.
Well, it's sloppy play from West Ham, is it? Nigel Winterburn's, he sold Sinclair short. Danny Mills is alive to it, pushes it past Winterburn. What a fantastic cross. And that's the sort of opportunity you relish as a forward. Mark Viduka does everything all right again, gets in front of his marker. David James could do nothing about it. What a start from Leeds. Brilliant cross from Mills. Great header from Viduka.
Just over 3 minutes between the 2 goals from Mark Viduka that have given Leeds such an incredible start. And bearing in mind the sort of vulnerability that West Ham showed earlier in the season when they shipped in goals at Everton and Blackburn, Glenn Roeder must be haunted now by the thought that those old failings may be coming back to shadow them. They need a pick-me-up from somewhere desperately. Canute here will look to provide it, but he's overrun it. Well, what is this man thinking at this time? They seem to have ironed out those frailties in recent games. His biggest concern at the moment seems to be morale. He wants to see players with their chins up.
Yep, keep your chins up, lads. You're 2-0 down. There's nothing they can do about it now. They've just got to get on with it. I mean, Leeds have started fantastically well. West Ham just haven't got out of their half yet.
Christian Daly with a back pass. Now Repka. Schemmel. Here's Kelly. Now Mills. Smith. Challenged by Cole. Sinclair. Knocked up by Batty. This is Robbie Fowler. He's angled it through here for Bowyer. Slid across towards Fowler. Intervention there was by Christian Daly. And what an important one it was too. Sinclair. Schemmel. Hart judged to be the offender.
I wasn't sure if it was a foul or not. Schemmel takes it inside Hart. There's no contact there, is there?
Schemmel's got on with the taking of the free kick quickly, and Mills was alert to it. And that's Bowyer's header to Fowler. Leeds for once with all of their men inside their own half. Now the opportunity to break forward though. This is Lee Bowyer. Kelly. Batty to Hart. Mills. Gary Kelly's made a good surging run from midfield. Repke here has to usher it away from danger and away from Gary Kelly, whose last goal was against West Ham. He's only scored 2 league goals in more than 250 appearances, Gary Kelly. But that last one was at Upton Park some 5 years ago. By Kelly, and Martin deals with it. Well, going 2-0 down so early, a severe blow to West Ham, but they can take encouragement from recent performances here by visiting teams, and Glenn Roeder will know from having studied recent matches here that Leeds have been sloppy in certain home games. They let a 2-0 lead slip against Leicester, of course, and a 3-1 lead slip to lose against Newcastle. And a shot from Joe Cole, which could have given West Ham the lift they're looking for.
Good play by Freddie Canuti on the left there. Breaks, takes it 2 defenders on there, gets down the line, gets his head up, cuts it back. It's Joe Cole. He's waiting for it a little bit. He'll be disappointed he hasn't hit the target. It's a good strike. He's got to get it on target.
Tripped there by Thomas Repke, and how harsh a view does Steve Dunn take of it? Well, in fact, he's going to reach for a card, which is a worrying development for Thomas Repke, who of course was red carded in 2 of his first 3 West Ham appearances.
Well, he's had his disciplinary problems this season, got no complaints at all about that one. Knew the ball gone past him, just side Bowyer down, and this is a dangerous position here with obviously the likes of Ian Hart on the ball.
He's been red carded 3 times this season, Repke, twice for West Ham and once for the Czech Republic in their playoff against Belgium. And he's conceded a free kick here, which offers Mark Viduka the possibility of a hat-trick inside 13 minutes. But he's now moved away and left it to the regular free kick taker. Ian Hart blasted against the wall. Here's Viduka, scorer of the 2 Leeds goals. Well, if you needed any confirmation of Leeds' dominance, that is it. They've had West Ham very much on the back foot. There's Cole. Now Schemmel. Hutchison. One back by Gary Kelly. Bowyer. Fowler. Too short from Viduka. Smith, though, sets Viduka away, and Fowler's free in the middle, and it was not the ball he would have wanted. Schemmel cuts it out.
What a shame Viduka couldn't play in front of Fowler there. Another great move from Leeds, 1-touch passing. Viduka comes inside, just couldn't put it in front of Fowler where he wanted it. They've got a corner out of it.
Ian Hart with the kick. Cleared by Moncur. This is Batty. Mills. And with support from Bowyer. Well, this is the first time that David James has conceded more than a goal in any of his West Ham appearances. Beaten twice in the opening 7 minutes here, on both occasions by Mark Viduka. Kelly. Nigel Martin has had very little to do so far. Out of the involvement there to find Hart. Kelly. Viduka. Away by Daly. Woodgate. Batty. This is Winterburn. Schemmel. Hutchison with Kelly going in to close him down. Lepka. Woodgate's header. This is Nigel Winterburn. Daly looking long for Trevor Sinclair, but Danny Mills is there with a header back. And a change of subject for player cam. Joe Cole, who's had West Ham's best opportunity so far, becomes the subject of that for Sky Digital viewers on Channel 404. Back by Rio Ferdinand. There's Woodgate. Viduka. Don Hutchison. And now Mills. Smith. Lee Bowyer. Fowler. Urged to shoot, as he is on every occasion he touches the ball by the Leeds fans. Whipping it across, trying to get Fowler in, but it was Winterburn who got a crucial touch to it.
Couldn't afford to take any chances there, Nigel Winterburn. He knew Fowler was round behind him. Put it out for a corner.
The central defensive duo, both coming forward for the kick, which will be taken by Ian Hart. Ferdinand's direction. Rio Ferdinand's last goal for Leeds was actually against his old club back in April in the 2-0 win at Upton Park.
Well, Leeds have started exactly how you would expect a team chasing the championship. They push forward, they put the pressure on West Ham, been rewarded with those 2 goals. They just look, at the moment, they look quicker and stronger on the ball, much sharper. West Ham just haven't got going at the moment. What they've got to do, they've got to weather that storm, make sure they don't concede any more goals, and just hope that Leeds will fade towards the end as they have done in their last few home games.
One or two people have been inclined to write off Leeds' title pretensions because the apparent lack of depth to their squad. But if they do go top tonight, and with David O'Leary still looking for the return after suspension or injuries of the likes of Bakker, Matteo, Kuehl, Johnson, Robbie Keane, Dacour, as well as long-term casualties like Bridges and Radaby, it's a frightening prospect for other teams in the Premiership. This is Cole.
Disappointing finish from Joe Cole there. Some good skill to get into that position, and again, just couldn't get his shot on target, got underneath the ball.
Joe Cole being watched tonight by Sven-Göran Eriksson, who's alongside Peter Ridsdale, who's been lobbying fairly heavily for the return to the international fold of Lee Bowyer and Jonathan Woodgate, who have the opportunity to make their mark in front of the England coach this evening.
I think we'll see both of them in the next England squad, Bob, in my opinion.
Well, this is the first day of a World Cup year, and Sven-Göran Eriksson with big decisions to make ahead of the trip to Japan, South Korea. Trevor Sinclair, to whom he gave a debut against Sweden. Nigel Winterburn. This is Jermaine Defoe. Headed away by Hart. Hutchison. First touch wasn't the best, but with the second pulled it back towards Moncur. who was being shadowed by Fowler. The throw up against Danny Mills, who wins the duel. And looks for Viduka. It's Repka with a header away. Sebastian Schemmel. Turn two in by Canute. This is Hutchison. It's clipped by Viduka. Viduka, well, it's loose touch there by Martin, just to liven things up a little. But Mark Viduka now on a Premiership hat-trick. Robbie Fowler has already got 2 this season. 1 for Liverpool, 1 for Leeds. Ruud van Nistelrooy and a West Ham player, Paul Kitson, the other hat-trick scorers in the Premiership in this campaign. Here's Trevor Sinclair. Sinclair, who's swept in the free kick. Smith, who gets it away. Viduka. Inside Schemmel. Kelly. Given away to Hutchison. Kelly redeems himself. Play by Hart. Fowler. Cut out by Moncur. Smith, Hart. Leeds with the fewest defeats of any team in the Premiership so far this season. Newcastle here and Sunderland away. The only matches that they've lost. And yet most of the time, even when observers have seen them win, they've observed that there is more to come, that Leeds haven't reached their peak.
Always a sign of a good team if you're not playing particularly well and getting them results. We always say that. If Leeds can continue to do what they've been doing and keep picking up those results, they're going to be very close towards the end of the season.
Well, no doubt about it, January going into February is going to be a decisive period for their Championship ambitions, because once they've faced Cardiff away in the FA Cup, they then face 4 of their rivals in the top 6. Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, Chelsea away and Liverpool at home. And then after that, of their main rivals, they'll only have Manchester United to face here at the end of March.
It's a tough run in January, isn't it, Rob? But they can probably say on the other end, once they played those teams, they've only got Manchester United to play, and then hopefully be playing against the teams in mid-table or possibly fighting relegation. That might well work in their favour.
Here's Batty. Mark Viduka. Smith. Going to play Bowyer in. This is Moncur. Schemmel. Repka. The one was by Sinclair. Nigel Martin, the only Leeds player to have started all of their matches this season. Ian Hart. Fowler. Danny Mills. And again, looking to play Bowyer through. It's cleared by Winterburn initially. Bowyer determined in his pursuit of Thomas Repka. Batting. Kelly. Well tripped by Ian Hart. Canute, Sinclair. Now Freddie Canute trying to get away from Woodgate. And Woodgate holds him off.
Good defending from Jonathan Woodgate there. Freddie Canute, he's a big man, he's quick when he gets into that long stride. He certainly wasn't getting past Woodgate there. Good defending.
David O'Leary would like nothing more than a central defensive partnership for England in Japan and South Korea of Woodgate and Ferdinand, and they're settling alongside playing each other now. Cleared by Smith, only to Moncur. Cole. Cleared by Kelly. Well, it's Joe Cole with the corner for West Ham. Fowler away. Moncur. Winterburn. Schemmel. Canute. Forced off the ball by Batty. Hence the free kick.
Yeah, I think it's a foul from Batty there, into the back of Canute. Little nudge in the face as well. Free kick to West Ham. Wouldn't expect anything else from David Batty.
Schemmel with a cross. Here's Winterburn. Ferdinand. Smith. Paducah. Batty. Short for Kelly, but he got there. This is Bowyer. Left by Fowler for Smith. Fowler not in a position to take on board the pass. Here's Moncur. Sinclair. Winterburn going up on the outside of him. Defoe and Canute up to his right, and Hutchison's bombed forward too. He slipped it through here to Defoe, for whom the angle is tight. And there are two players with him, Mills and Woodgate.
Bit of play though from West Ham. I think they're getting a little bit of joy on that left-hand side. Travis Sinclair's in excellent form at the moment. Winterburn overlapping. They feel with Danny Mills pushing on so much, there's a bit of space for them and a bit of joy to come from that left side.
Cole with the corner. Here's Robbie Fowler. Challenged by John Moncur. West Ham have certainly been able to steady things. You feared for them when they went 2 down in the first 7 minutes, bearing in mind some of the horrendous defensive performances they've had on the road this season.
I'm sure Glenn Broder was thinking, oh no, here we go again. But he'd be pleased with what they've done the last 10 minutes or so. They have steadied it down a little bit. 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline in football, as anyone in football will say. If you can get a goal back, things can change very, very quickly.
Certainly, as Leeds have found to their cost here of late. Schemmel looking for Defoe. Defoe linking up with Canute, and it's Ferdinand who gets it away. Schemmel. Batty just ushers it out. David Batty, who's the only survivor in the Leeds team today, of the one that earned Leeds their last victory on New Year's Day against West Ham back in 1992. Lee Chapman got a couple, Gary McAllister scored as well that day. Hutchison. Viduka. To burn. Cole. Trying desperately to give Kelly the slip, and he's earned a free kick out of the Irish international. There's Cole again. Schemmel. Repka. Hutchison to Schemmel. Cross beyond Canute, but Sinclair was there and just couldn't direct his header goalwards.
There's half a chance there for West Ham. Good link-up play from Hutchison, back heel to Schemmel. It's a good cross. Sinclair in front of his man, couldn't quite direct it on target.
Well, they may not have been able to force Martin to make a save, but West Ham ahead in terms of attempts, even though they haven't managed one on target so far. Leeds 2 on target, both leading to goals.
It's an amazing statistic, Rob, but the only thing that counts in football is putting the ball in the back of the net.
And that's what Mark Viduka has done twice to aid Leeds' cause. And as things stand at the moment, they are poised to take over from Arsenal, who didn't play today, at the head of the FA Barclaycard Premiership. Viduka, the determination shown by Sinclair. And Mills, for committing that tackle, is in trouble with Steve Dunn. He's going to show him the yellow card.
Well, Viduka gets dispossessed by Sinclair, takes on Danny Mills. I mean, I think he's gone for the ball. He's caught him late. In the old days, he wouldn't have got a yellow card. In today's football, yellow card.
Danny Mills, who's already been shown one red card this season at Arsenal. A match just before Leeds went on to West Ham and got their goalless draw in a quieter match in comparison. Here's Hutchison. Schemmel. Canute. Schemmel's cross, cleared by Mills. And the subject of player cam for the final quarter of an hour of the half will be Leeds' Mark Viduka. Ian Hart. Thomas Repka. Matty couldn't get his head to it. This is Canute. Now Sinclair. And he's got it on target this time, but Martin was always in control of it.
West Ham attacking down that left-hand side again. Trevor Sinclair goes inside this time. Good shot on target. Comfortable save for Nigel Martin.
Trevor Sinclair, who went a whole year without a league goal before rattling in that cracking strike against Derby on Boxing Day, and promptly followed it up with another goal. 2 in his last 2 games, having also scored West Ham's last goal of 2001 against Liverpool. Smith. Patty. Woodgate. Kelly. This is Ferdinand. Batty. Bowyer. Paducah with a little push in the back there of Thomas Repka. Schemmel. Paducah making the tackle. Batty. Given away by Schemmel, carelessly to Fowler. Bowyer has Smith and Fowler waiting in the middle. Runs into Schemmel, the referee keeps his hands behind his back. West Ham play on.
I didn't think it was a penalty. It might have been obstruction. Certainly not a penalty. Good decision by Steve Dunn.
Mills. Smith. Now Paducah from deep. Completely misses his kick. And Monker emerges with it. Paducah again. Batty. Hart. And that was a late challenge by Canute. Hart reacted to the unpleasantness of it. What was Steve Dunn's view?
I'm not sure what Canute's thinking now. That is a very wild tackle. Give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's a forwards tackle, but he's very, very late. Didn't get anywhere near the ball. Perhaps a bit fortunate just to be a yellow there for Eddie Canute. Bit of frustration, possibly.
Well, it was a wild challenge by Canute, punishable by a caution from Steve Dunn. And Hart, the victim of it, takes the free kick and finds Lee Bowyer. Looking to line up for Ferdinand, who heads it back across. Oh, so close to the hat-trick from Paducah, and James tips it away.
It's an excellent save from David James in the end. Ferdinand gets up the far post. Paducah, you just cannot give him an inch in the penalty box. Acrobatic effort. Was right behind that. Great save from James.
Hart with the cross. James comes and punches this time. Ferdinand. Bowyer lining up a direct hit that comes straight back out off Daly. Good positive challenge by Batty. Kelly. Batty. Kelly again. Hutchison. And Ferdinand away. Hart. Forced to put it out under pressure from Don Hutchison. Monker. Sinclair shielding it from Mills and finding Winterburn. Woodgate just keeping Winterburn at bay. Kelly leading the cross. Fowler with a flick on. There by Repka. Here's Smith. Batty. Danny Mills. Sinclair not sure enough to let it run. And that clearance could have worked, could still work to Leeds' benefit. Bowyer. Good challenge by Don Hutchison. Schemmel. Cleared by Repka. Push in the back of Defoe there by Gary Kelly. Could have a change of leadership in the Premiership tonight, and there could be tomorrow as well if Newcastle can complete the double over Manchester United. Cracking match in prospect at Old Trafford, and you can enjoy it live with us on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. Make sure you're with us from 7 o'clock. Ferdinand. Cole. Daly. Sinclair. Winterburn. Now Cole. Hutchison with Schemmel up on the right. Get there ahead of Bowyer. Bowyer just caught him there.
I think we might see another yellow there.
Yes, the referee's already got it out of his pocket for Lee Bowyer.
Well, again, he's late. He's gone for the ball, I think. He's late, he's caught Schemmel. Looking at it on the replay, I don't think he can have any arguments here, Lee Bowyer.
Lee Bowyer and Danny Mills, the two players sent off at Arsenal earlier in the season, now both on yellow cards here tonight.
Not been a particularly dirty game tonight, Rob, but we've got 4 yellows already.
There's Repka and Canute of West Ham treading on eggshells as well. Here's Joe Cole with a free kick. And Fowler easily gets away from Repka. He's still got Winterburn to get past, with Schemmel coming back as well. Having taken it out wide, it's Woodgate who's got forward. And here's Bowyer. Kelly warned of the arrival of Defoe, looks for Mills. Now Woodgate, who's stayed forward. Kelly. Batty. Ian Hart. Fowler's touch, releases Bowyer. Deflected on its way through, and Smith forces the save.
Another fantastic save from David James. Look at the build-up play from Leeds. Dummy from Bowyer, play to him from Fowler. Slight deflection on the cross. There's Alan Smith getting in. It's a good save from David James, though.
Made a good couple of saves from Nicholas Anelka at the weekend. David James, been an important figure, having had such a disrupted start to life at West Ham with the injury he collected while playing for England.
He'll be keen to get his place back in the England squad as well, with Sven here watching the game. I'm sure David James will be fully aware of that.
3 months he was out in total with that knee injury. In the end, actually returned quicker than expected. Hutchison. Defoe looking to get there in front of Ferdinand. Kelly under pressure from Cole. Gets out of trouble with a bit of help from his goalkeeper. Viduka. Well, all credit to West Ham that after that difficult start where they shipped in 2 goals in 7 minutes, they've come close to evening things up in terms of possession.
Well, they certainly have. I think the game just revolves around that first 7 minutes. It was poor from West Ham, it was excellent from Leeds. They got their 2 goals, but in terms of possession, it's probably evened itself out since then.
Sinclair, now Canute. Blocked by Ferdinand. Fowler. Fowler was looking around then for Bowyer, who'd pulled up, holding his shin. Canute, Hutchison. It'll be just 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. Sinclair. Now can they pull it back for Cole here? Good block.
Brilliant defending there again from Woodgate. Great move from West Ham. Sinclair and Winterburn on the left again. Quality defending from Woodgate.
Hutchison coming to collect the short corner and then returning it to Trevor Sinclair. That may have been West Ham's last opportunity to get a goal back in the first half, as a check on the watch will confirm for Glenn Roeder. More notes for the half-time chat, which is imminent. Viduka. Well, a blistering start to the new year for Leeds, who found themselves 2 up in the first 7 minutes, both through Mark Viduka. They haven't built on that, and bearing in mind recent frailties here, that might be of some concern, particularly with West Ham starting to stage a bit of a revival. But at half-time at Elland Road, Leeds 2, West Ham 0.
Gordon McQueen and Dave Bassett when we come back. One thing's for sure, they'll want that yellow football out again at Leeds, won't they? It'll be an interesting keepsake for Viduka if he can make it 3. The half-time analysis comes next.
FA Cup, sponsored by AXA. 3rd round, Saturday and Sunday, Sky Sports 2. Anyone can make it.
A car's got to have shiny alloy wheels, power steering, sunroof. It's got to look good and be fun to drive. So there was only one thing for it. A Ford Fiesta Flight. With 0% finance over 3 years. It's all the car I ever wanted, at a price I can afford.
Call now for your new version of AOL. It's packed with more great features than ever before. More information and entertainment, simple ways to keep in touch, even easier ways to find what you want. It's all here. And with our fantastic 100-hour free trial, AOL 7 is even better value than ever. Call 0800 376 4444 now.
Change the face of digital photography. With the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world.
It's 3 miles to the target area. We're never off the main roads. Be careful what you shoot at. Home in an hour. We're hit!
6-1 is going down. He's hit. He is hit. We got a bird down in the city.
Get him out of there. Whole city be coming down on top of him.
It's what you do right now that makes a difference. RPG!
My men are surrounded by thousands of Somali militia. I need help now.
We're going back in to get him. Where do you think you're going? For you guys. Not with that cast on your nut. Don't let that man crawl!
Nobody has to be here. It just sometimes turns out that way.
Black Hawk down.
Mum's not answering. She always answers. Do you think she's gone out in this cold weather with her hip?
I'm sure she's old enough to look after herself.
Yeah, Mum, hi, it's me. I'm just phoning to see if you're all right. Will you give me a ring back?
With BT's free answer 1571, you'll always get the message, even when you can't get to the phone.
Hi, Mum, it's me. I'm just phoning to see if you're all right.
Who was that?
Just my daughter. I'll ring her later.
Oh!
My new Egg card gives me 0% interest on balance transfers. So I'm here to buy myself a husband.
Bad drivers, like him, used to push up my insurance premiums and make me all... Oh! But now there's eSure. Because they don't insure people like him, good drivers like me could save up to 30%. Just call 0845 045 4000. And don't get mad, get eSure.
Right now, Leeds, a top reminder that tomorrow night, Manchester United play Newcastle, who of course can take over again. That's Sky Sports 1 live from Old Trafford tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Gordon McQueen and Dave Bassett are here. Well, apart from the opening 6 minutes, Gordon, I would have thought West Ham must be fairly pleased with what they've done here.
Yeah, I can imagine in Glen Road, or just before the teams run out, you know, telling them just keep things tight early on, you know, and before you know it, you're 2-0 down at Ellen Road after 6 minutes. But they come back into the game, because you're thinking, my goodness, they get beat 5 at Everton, 7 at Blackburn. Is it going to be one of those nights for them? But they've come back into the game a little bit. Joe Cole's had a couple of pops, Trevor Sinclair's had a couple of shots at goal, and done all right.
West Ham won't be happy at all, Dave, but there were 2 beautifully crafted goals, weren't they?
Oh, they were tremendous. Leeds came out like a house on fire. This is excellent play, and Alan Smith clips a lovely little ball, and Viduka says thanks very much. Yeah, great start for them. And this is what the Mills have done well there. This is good play again. There's nice low ball, nice and comfortable for Viduka, and you know David Jones has got no chance. There we see. It's good play round the box.
If goals were missing for Leeds United, they're not now. That's 10 in the last 6 games for Viduka and Fowler. Mark Viduka, of course, who got the second. And again, Mills played a big part in this, Gordon, didn't he?
Yeah, they're a little bit sloppy here. It's a poor ball for Winterburn, but Mills does great. Looks simple. It's a terrific ball in here, but you look at the defender, Repka there, he's let Viduka run across him, and I don't think he should have done. I thought that was poor defending. Although it's a terrific cross in for Mills, and full credit to Viduka for getting in front of the defender. But I'd be looking at Repka there and thinking, well, wait a minute, I wouldn't like that. You know, he'd be getting a bit of a rollicking for the manager for that. For me, that's poor defending.
There's someone, Dave, who has been the architect of a team recovering from a 2-goal deficit here. How did you go about that?
Well, we was under the hammer for half an hour. I mean, Leeds played extremely well, and then we started to get 1 or 2 efforts at the goal. Not as much as West Ham had actual fact, and we just felt the second half we had to try and keep up the momentum and put a bit of pressure on the Leeds defence. I mean, it's okay talking about it; it's actually doing it, and we got a good start at the second half, and all of a sudden we then started to put it, but we went a goal down, which made it 2-0, and all of a sudden it looked like it was dead and buried. But we then came back, and I think you've just got to keep persevering, because at the moment Leeds have got this ability. I mean, what they can do is score a third, and then it's all over. But if you keep probing, like West Ham have done this, they're still in with a chance. Get that first goal back, 2-1. There's a lot to play for.
Yeah, Tony Cottee, of course, made mention of that. And we have many times. It's a great lead, but it's also it's an awful lead as well, isn't it? Because you're never quite sure at 2-0. So if they get one, do Leeds start to get nervous?
I'm not saying because their Leeds team is very experienced, but recently they've let teams like us come back, Newcastle come back, so sometimes that can play on their minds, and it can play on the fans' minds, and they might just get a little bit nervous. But obviously West Ham have just got to make sure that Leeds don't have this start of the second half and get that third goal, then it'll be all over.
Going forward, they can be frightening now, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think they concede a goal here against West Ham, and you do get a little bit nervous. Or are we going to be at the top of the league tonight, or are we not? You know, and as Dave says, they pulled a couple of goals back. The Newcastle game, and that'll be in the back of their mind. But you know, how do you stop Viduka and Fowler adding to the 2 goals they've already got? Because they're a bit tasty going forward.
And Viduka fancies 3. Very, very close to it, wasn't he, with the overhead?
Yeah, it's a good header down there. Again, not the best defending there, and he's been instinctive there, Viduka, but it's a decent save by David James as well.
He's on the hunt for a hat-trick.
Shut up, please.
The future's bright. The future's orange.
We ought to be flying for a rock star. We could save the music. They found us! Eject! Eject!
Get ready. Our man is down behind enemy line.
To cross the line.
Let's go get our boy back.
Behind enemy lines.
Do you mind if I... Thanks very much.
Chewing new orbit with xylitol after meals fights plaque acid, which helps knock tooth decay into orbit.
Tough, eh? All that work, all that training, and for what? Kissy lips, fancy trainers. You know you can do it. Yes! 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 You've got Lucasade Sport inside you, right? And that helps the top athletes, the big kahunas, the bingo callers like you last longer. Fact! So dig deep and say, yes, Daddy, today's my day! Yeah!
When you've got a script, everything's easy, isn't it? You've got your lines, you know the characters, and you know what's going to happen. But if you imagine on the real street, you meet a bunch of kids that look like they're up to no good, and you think you spot a knife. Well, there's no script for that. You've got to decide how to deal with it without direction. I couldn't.
Only Nicorette offers a 16-hour patch, so you can beat cigarettes all day without nicotine disturbing your sleep at night. Beat cigarettes one at a time. You're twice as likely to succeed with Nicorette's 16-hour patch.
Heartburn, love. Try these.
A Gaviscon tablet turns into liquid as soon as you chew. It soothes and cools to put out the fire of heartburn and indigestion. It may surprise you. Gaviscon tablets. See what they'll do for you.
Sky Movies.
We're not what you think.
2002. Up to 30 films to choose from.
Let's go.
Every night. dozen different films a month and over 360 premieres a year. Think about it. The New Year on Sky Movies.
It's FA Cup weekend, back to where it should have been last season. First weekend of the new year, Saturday at 11:30. It's Watford against Arsenal, live on Sky Sports 2. And on Sunday at 3, we're going to Wales to see Cardiff play Leeds United. That's 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 2, Sunday afternoon. Here, this evening, it's Leeds United 2, West Ham 0. But West Ham, since going 2 down, have acquitted themselves very well indeed. Can they get something out of it? No news of any changes as we rejoin our match commentators tonight, Tony Cottee and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, West Ham have acquitted themselves well against the top teams of late. That marvellous victory at Old Trafford. They've taken points off Arsenal and Liverpool as well. But they found Leeds difficult to live with, certainly in the opening 7 minutes of the contest, when this man, Mark Viduka, twice pierced their defence. Now it's just a question of how vulnerable Leeds could be. They've actually kept clean sheets in their last 2 games, although both of those were on the road at Bolton and Southampton. So that's 3 3/4 hours now without conceding since Norberto Solano's winner here for Newcastle. They actually kept clean sheets in their first 4 games here this season and their first 4 Premiership matches at Ellen Road. But they haven't kept one in their last 7 home games, during which, before tonight, they'd let in 14 goals. So can Leeds hold on to the 2-0 lead that they've established in this second half? Defoe and Canute will be leading the charge. 11 goals between them this season for West Ham United. No Paolo Di Canio in the lineup tonight. And a tweaked hamstring, not a tear. But interestingly, Di Canio has never actually played here at Ellen Road for West Ham. Played here for his previous club, Sheffield Wednesday, but pulled out last year on the day of the game, I believe, with a stomach bug, and misses tonight's game, even though he would have been available again after suspension with that hamstring problem. Here's Moncur. Winterburn. Joe Cole. Schemmel. Hutchison. And Jermaine Defoe, the subject of player cam for Sky Digital viewers. Viduka winning it back. Tyler's ball to Mills. Winterburn here has to hold off Kelly. Nigel Winterburn, a former defensive colleague of David O'Leary at Arsenal. Joe Cole. Defoe had gone too early, he's offside.
Good test for Jermaine Defoe tonight. He's played against some good defenders. He's up against one of the best at the moment, Rio Ferdinand. Not only is he quick and strong, he's a clever defender as well. And that's the sort of runs where he's just got to learn to take his time and make sure he's not offside.
Viduka looking to steer it into Bowyer's direction. Here's Schemmel with the back pass. Canute. Cole. Winterburn. Sinclair. Now Jermaine Defoe lets Sinclair take over. It's Mills. takes charge. Back by Woodgate. Header out by Nigel Winterburn, whose header here last season was the only goal he scored in his West Ham career so far.
He's an amazing player, isn't he? You can't believe he don't like to miss games either, has he? He played most of the games over the Christmas and New Year period. Was he 37, 38 years of age? Fantastic professional, Nigel's been.
And that presumably is one of the problems that faces West Ham, with so many matches coming up in such a short space of time. They don't have the luxury of being able to rotate their squad. Came here tonight looking to slay the giants of Leeds, and they will be potential victims of a giant killing themselves at the weekend, West Ham, when they go to Macclesfield in the FA Cup. Leeds have a tricky enough trip to Cardiff, a city they'll be hoping to return to in the final. It's 30 years since Leeds won the FA Cup, 10 years since they won the Championship. They're making a good battle of it this season so far. Duka with the header back. Fowler. Repka. Bad ball by Monker. And it falls here to Fowler! And with a cool and cute piece of finishing, Robbie Fowler lifts it over his former Liverpool colleague David James to establish a 3-0 lead.
What a finish from Fowler. Monker's sloppy, gives the ball away. That's what makes Robbie Fowler so special. He can strike them, he can side foot them, and he can chip goalkeepers from there. Not many forwards can do that. Look, he's aware where the goalkeeper is. To chip someone of 6'4" or 5 from, what is he, 16 yards out, 18 yards out, it's a magnificent finish. And that's why Robbie Fowler is a special, special finisher.
6 goals in his last 5 appearances now for Leeds United, Robbie Fowler. And the irony will not be lost on Liverpool supporters if on a day when they've missed the opportunity to go to the top of the Premiership, it's a goal by Fowler that puts Leeds in that elevated position. Because at 3-0 the lead does now look more comfortable. Winterburn gets it away from Smith by finding Sinclair. Canute turns Jonathan Woodgate and tries to steer it around Ferdinand. Defoe.
Superb defending from Ferdinand again there. Good through ball from Canute. Defoe thought he was in. Ferdinand had other ideas.
Rio Ferdinand, who learned his trade at the Upton Park Academy. But Glenn Roeder commented after the goalless draw between the teams earlier in the season that at £18 million he still looked a bargain buy for David O'Leary, whom he described as a shrewd operator in the transfer market. And having picked up Robbie Fowler for 11 million as well, you wouldn't necessarily disagree. Repka. Given away by Schemmel. Fowler. Brilliant to get away from Repka. Lines it up here for Alan Smith. And James has to make the save this time.
It's another important save from David. What fantastic skill from Robbie Fowler, though. He left 2 West Ham defenders for dead. He's got the awareness to pass it to Alan Smith. It's a good strike. He'll be disappointed he didn't keep it a bit lower, but still forced a good save from David James.
Bowyer gets it across, too deep for Viduka, and well wide of James' post. What a good save that was by James. Made some crucial stops to prevent the scoreline from being more embarrassing for Glenn Roeder's side. First half save from Viduka, as well as that one a moment ago from Smith. Winterburn. Sinclair. To try and get past Mills, and he has done. Tries to drag it back. Defoe! Well, it was going away from goal anyway, and Bowyer, in trying to get out of the way, couldn't. And inadvertently deflects it behind for the corner.
Good play from Trevor Sinclair again. Cuts the ball back, gets deflected, just gets stuck a little bit under Defoe's feet, drags a shot, comes off Bowyer in the end.
Schemmel. Sinclair, Schemmel again. Headed away by Rio Ferdinand. Well, we thought the next goal might be decisive. Fowler has got it. Is it going to be the one that secures the points for Leeds?
Well, you always felt that if Leeds could get that third goal, they'd go on and get a few more. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case. West Ham would have been clean on the fact of getting a goal back to get it to 2-1. But they're going to have to defend very well in this last, 35 minutes of the game.
I have to say I was here for their victory against Everton. And even at 3-0 in that game, they didn't necessarily look comfortable, but they could make it 4 here. James first to it against Robbie Fowler. That's already the worst defensive performance by West Ham since David James took over from Shaka Hislop in goal. He hadn't conceded more than 1 goal in a game prior to this. And they let in 5 against Everton and 7 against Blackburn in successive games. Hislop was the man between the sticks. Smith. Bowyer. Viduka back to Batty. Now Ian Hart. Lining up the shot. Viduka. Batty. Kelly. Now Mills. Woodgate. Smith. Cole. Sinclair. Defoe. Here's Daly. Daly looking here for Sinclair. Cole. Benitez header. Cleared in the end by Hart. Schemmel. Robbie Fowler scoring the third goal for Leeds. Suggestion of a handball in the build-up though, Tony.
Well, let's have a look at it again. Back heel from Viduka. Flicks up, Repka. It hits Bowyer on the hand, there's no doubt about it. I don't think he knew a lot about it. There's no disputing the finish, though, is there? Pure class from Robbie Fowler.
Repka. There's Daly. Hutchison. Winterburn. Schemmel. John Moncur. The majority of the possession, but West Ham haven't managed to trouble the statisticians where it matters.
That's right, you can look at all the statistics, but the little one at the top left-hand corner of the screen, Leeds 3, West Ham 0, that's the one that counts.
Fowler adding to the 2 Mark Viduka goals in the first half, in a partnership that is now beginning to flourish. Kelly. Here's Danny Mills. Viduka. Kelly. Kelly taking it into the corner and winning the corner for Leeds. Dealing easily enough with Hart's corner. And Lee Bowyer now moves into the focus of player cam for Sky Digital viewers on channel 404. Smith. Fowler. Danny Mills. Now does he fancy a crack? He does! Pushed away, Fowler lifts it over, but it is a corner.
It's yet another save from David James, who's right behind this one. Danny Mills gets a bit lucky with the first one, it's moving a bit. James parries it up in the air. Fowler tries to hook it back towards goal, goes out for a corner.
Clearance by David James, but for whom the scoreline might have been even more embarrassing for West Ham. Away by Repka. Here's Mills. Fowler moving out to the right. Smith. Mills. Batty. Smith. Mills. Ferdinand's. Canute's gone down, holding the back of his knee. Batty does the sporting thing and allows Canute to get treated. to put it into touch.
You see it again there. Batty just stands his ground. Canute just bumps into him. Perhaps a bit of a dead leg. I don't think David Batty done anything wrong there.
Repka's header out for the throw. And they got on quickly with the taking of it. Boya looking to force a way through. Here's Sinclair. It's pulled by Smith. Moncur. Don Hutchison. Canute with the header back in Sinclair's direction. Sinclair has gone on, although he's shadowed by Mills. Woodgate as well. He's defended solidly tonight, Jonathan Woodgate.
I think they both have. Woodgate and Ferdinand have been outstanding so far.
Ready for England, the cry from the Leeds fans, with Sven-Göran Eriksson in attendance tonight. Here's Defoe. Woodgate there again. This is Viduka. Fowler going inside. Hart providing support. Schemmel coming in with the tackle. Fowler. Cole. Sinclair. Left by Cole for Canute. Forced out wide by Ferdinand, who stands his ground. And when it's played through, Hart is the man there for Leeds. Just keeping the pressure on. Martin's clearance reaches Viduka. Boya. The ball to Mills. Kelly. Looking to clip it across, but it's cleared by Repka. Hart, Viduka. Taken away from him in the end by Schemmel. It's a dangerous ball back from Sinclair. Viduka. And blocked in the end by Daly, much to West Ham's relief.
Sloppy again from West Ham, was it? Sinclair the culprit that time. You can't afford to give it to Viduka in the penalty box. His effort was disappointing in the end. West Ham are only going to concede more goals if they keep giving the ball away.
And it was Winterburn and Sinclair who were culpable for Leeds' second goal. And they could have presented them with a fourth then. Here's Defoe. Robbie Fowler. Smith. Boya. Kelly. Mills. Viduka looking to line one up for Boya. Excellent idea, well stopped by Winterburn. Kelly. Batty. Ian Hart. Fowler! Good save! Fowler again! Good save again! Here's Mills. Smith! And James, for the third time in quick succession, comes to West Ham's aid.
David James is far from happy with his defence here. Alan Smith it is with a free header. That's quite a comfortable save, but the one just before him was a brilliant save.
Almost a one-man show of defiance to prevent this margin from becoming wider. David James, who's been beaten once by his former Anfield colleague Robbie Fowler, twice making good saves to prevent him adding a fourth goal on the night for Leeds.
There he is, Fowler arriving, left foot volley, great save from James. The follow-up, he tries to dink it over him. David James is having none of that.
Batty. Ian Hart. And cleared by Daly. Kelly. Mills. Challenged by Sinclair, but it's very much one-way traffic at the moment.
It's all one-way traffic at the moment. West Ham are going to have to dig very deep to not concede any more goals here tonight.
Again, Woodgate and Ferdinand forward for the corner, which Bowyer this time will take. And it's cleared by Cole. Here's Mills. Bowyer. Kelly. Winterburn's given it away to Lee Bowyer. Daly. What a risk that was. There's real uncertainty at the back of the moment for West Ham, and they're threatening to cost themselves a fourth goal. Makers of their own misfortune almost then. Winterburn wins it back from Fowler and finds Defoe. Woodgate seemed to be pulling away at Defoe's shirt.
Good skill from Jermaine Defoe there. Held the ball up well, rolled Jonathan Woodgate, and then just got caught fractionally late by Davy Batty.
Canute, Defoe. Cleared by Woodgate. It's a fantastic record at senior level that Jermaine Defoe has got, mainly as a result of that successful loan spell he had at Bournemouth. 25 goals in 51 senior games coming into tonight's match. In spite of that, Glenn Roeder will not want to overuse him, I'm sure, this season, which is why he would be reluctant to part with Di Canio, despite all the speculation linking him with a move to Manchester United. Speculation that has resurfaced on more than one occasion during the course of this campaign. Smith in trouble with the referee, not for the first time in his career.
Yeah, most of the bookings tonight have been late fouls. Joe Cole's the one who's getting fouled that time. Just led with his arm a little bit. Probably deserved the yellow card.
Here's Cole. Oh, they almost got one back through Repka.
That's the first time West Ham have threatened really in this second half. Short free kick taken quickly. Good ball from Joe Cole. Flicked header from Repka. Martin couldn't take any chances. He was definitely going to drop in. Pushes it over the bar.
A save that Martin's had to make really in this second half. And the corner got right through. And yet still they couldn't turn it home. Defoe was the man at the back post who couldn't make the most of it. Leeds will wonder how that cleared so many bodies, and certainly for the first time in this match you sense they could be exposed. Batty trying to ensure that Defoe doesn't get it through. They have got it through. Moncur looking to offer them hope! And wide.
Good strike from John Moncur there. Unfortunately didn't test Nigel Martin. Defoe lays it to him. Moncur's got one thing on his mind, on his favoured left foot, That wasn't far away, was it? We'll probably see from this angle just how near it was. Good strike, not too far away.
Leeds ahead in terms of attempts, but look how many Leeds have on target. All of their attempts have been on target tonight.
See what they've been working on in training, the old shooting practice. That's absolutely fascinating. 10 shots on goal and 10 on target. Fantastic ratio. They probably could have had more than the 3 goals, but apart from David James's heroics for West Ham.
Kelly, Viduka. Fowler pulling away from Repka, who chests it back. Roda contemplates a change. Svetoslav Todorov could be the man to come on and try and change West Ham's fortunes with just over a quarter of an hour left. The men from Upton Park endured a difficult start to last year when they went 6 league games without a win at the beginning of the year, but they ended it unbeaten in 6. Sinclair gets back to his feet. And it's Jermaine Defoe who is going to come off and be replaced by the Bulgarian Todorov.
Well, it's just a straight swap, Todorov on Defoe. Defoe's worked hard enough tonight, but he's come up against 2 very good centre-halves, Woodgate and Ferdinand. It's the last throw of the dice I would have fought for Glenn Roeder.
Asking a lot to pull back 3 goals in the final quarter of an hour. And the Leeds have had a habit recently of conceding goals in the last 10 minutes here. And conceding goals in the last 10 minutes of the last 5 home matches, in fact. Svetoslav Todorov becomes the subject of player count for the final quarter of an hour or so. Here's David Batty. Away by Repka. Woodgate. West Ham light in number at the moment. Trevor Sinclair, who's been off the field receiving treatment, just back on. Mills, Smith, Woodgate, Sinclair, Todorov, Sinclair through to Canute, but he's offside.
It was a shame Canute was offside there. Good link-up play. Canute, is he offside when he plays it? I don't think he is. He's not offside. But it's easy to look on the replay. Canute didn't think he was offside. It's a shame because it was a good West Ham move.
Joe Cole pulling back at Gary Kelly. Hence the free kick given against him. Viduka. Hutchison. Run back fairly by Bowyer. It's run away from Fowler. This is Schemmel. Here's Todorov. Kelly. Woodgate. Viduka. Oh, you're losing out to Cole. This is Repka. Daly. Monker. Cole. No free kick. Smith. Batty. Alan Smith. Mills. Smith leaves Cole grounded. Viduka heads it back for Robbie Fowler. He runs into Repka in the end. Here's Sinclair. Winterman. Monker. Canute. Hart. David Batty. Now Ferdinand. Repka. Well, a victory here for West Ham tonight would have put them in the top half of the table. The table in which they were bottom back in September for a short spell. After the diversion of the FA Cup, they've got a programme ahead in January that includes Leicester, Chelsea and Southampton. Boya has left Daly for dead. Well, Shamel deals with it as best he can with Viduka closing in.
Fantastic play from Lee Barrett. Lovely little flick. Looks like he's lost the ball. Wins the tackle with Daly. Gets to near the byline. Gets his head up. Good defending from Shamel in the end now.
Smith. Batty. Boya. Batty again. Todorov pulling away against Batty and then diving into the challenge.
Well, that could quite easily have been a booking, I think, from Todorov. Batty plays it down the line. It's a wild lunge from Todorov. Not a lot worse than some of the yellow cards we've seen tonight.
Well, there was a menacing look from Batty, who did well not to react in the end. But David O'Leary, perhaps unhappy in what he sees as not particularly equal treatment. Todorov just getting away with a warning and not a booking. Well, another change now being made by West Ham, and it will be a significant one when Richard Garcia gets onto the field of play. The young Australian is coming on to take the place of Freddie Canute, and for Garcia it's actually a Premiership debut. He made one appearance as a substitute in the League Cup at Reading back in September, and he's played in the league before on loan at Leyton Orient. Now makes his first league appearance for West Ham. Viduka picks out Boya. Looking for Smith. Beyond his reach. David O'Leary now over 3 years in charge of Leeds United, and they've not finished out of the top 4 in that time. In fact, They finished in the top 5 of the Premiership 6 times in the last 8 seasons, Leeds. Their best finish was 3rd 2 seasons ago. Reaching the Champions League, their main objective. If they can get through that difficult period coming up, with those 4 league games against rivals in the top 6, then they might start to fancy their chances.
It's coming together for Leeds, isn't it? But I think David O'Leary knows he's spent, what, around about £100 million. He knows he's got to get that elusive first trophy. If ever they're going to have a chance, I think it'll come this year. I mean, in patches tonight, they've been absolutely superb with their passing and their movement. And it's just the task of teams like West Ham to compete against the likes of Leeds. I'm sure Glenn Roeder would love a fraction of that £100 million to spend.
That's what managers in the Championship race say, isn't it? You often hear Sir Alex Ferguson saying about his Manchester United team that you wouldn't want them to peak too early. The Leeds have got by with some early performances and still managed to grind out results. Tonight perhaps we've seen demonstrations that they are perhaps coming to their peak at just the right time.
Well, Christmas and New Year is always an important period. The Leeds have come through that pretty well, but it's once you get into that New Year, around February and March, when it all starts to happen. But if you can be in contention, which I'm sure Leeds will, like I said earlier on, they'll go very, very close this season.
Here's Ian Hart. Danny Mills. Batty. Kelly. Todorov putting the pressure on David Batty and giving away the free kick, which Leeds have already taken. Mills. Just frustrating West Ham with their constant possession now. Hart. Rio Ferdinand, who had such a good grounding in his 5 years on the professional staff at Upton Park. Mills. Viduka here just holding off Christian Daly. Ian Hart. Left by Fowler for Bowyer. Kelly. Batty. Here's Mills. Viduka cleared in the end by Sinclair. Hart, Batty. They start to build up their passing momentum again. It's all too easy for them at the moment. Smith, misunderstanding there with Mills. Cole stole in. Repka. Offside against Richard Garcia. And Leeds United now to make a substitution. Lee Bowyer coming off to be replaced by Jason Wilcox. Bowyer getting a good send-off.
You can see what the Leeds fans think of him. He's had another good game tonight, Lee Bowyer. Had a lot of problems, but you can't deny one thing, he's an excellent footballer.
Well, there was a banner here during the period when he was briefly on the transfer list. It said, lose Bowyer, lose title. And he's certainly shown his worth since his return to the first team, Lee Bowyer. Jason Wilcox, who's come on to take his place, already has a Premiership title under his belt, of course, from his days with Blackburn Rovers. Here's Viduka. Fowler. Wilcox. Ian Hart. Smith. Mills. Woodgate. Viduka just beaten to it by Repka. Well, it's been all Leeds going forward in this second half. West Ham have barely been able to make an impression in the final third during this second period. Ferdinand. Hart. Fowler lets it run. And it says something for how open the championship race is this year, that in the first 2 days of 2002 there was the potential for 3 leadership changes. Liverpool blew their opportunity. Leeds are set to go top tonight, and then of course Newcastle could go top tomorrow if they beat Manchester United, in a match that you will be able to enjoy with us on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. But Leeds poised to take up the elevated position at the top of the table, and well worth their win.
I think they've been well worth their win. I think David O'Leary will be very pleased. These are the sort of games from Leeds' point of view they've got to win. They've come unstuck a little bit in the last few home games, back into winning ways now. As for West Ham, I think they've just got to put it behind them and look to get points from other matches. I'm sure Glenn Roeder wouldn't have expected too much from this game, but you've got to say that first 6 or 7 minutes, Rob, that's really what won the game for Leeds.
Here's Hutchison. Pull back towards Cole, cleared by Rio Ferdinand. And as much as anything else, I'm sure Leeds would be delighted with a third clean sheet on the trot. 2 minutes of stoppage time to be played before they're guaranteed that. Here's Schemmel. To find Schemmel. Header away was by Viduka. Hart. Wilcox. Got away from Wonka. Can't get away from Repka though. Cole. Todorov. Mills. Daly. And he's gone on, he's got away from Danny Mills. Final delivery let him down. Schemmel trying to rescue it, but no one in the middle really for West Ham with enough conviction. Batty.
He's been excellent tonight, David Batty, for me. He's had a fantastic game. Up and down the pitch. What is he, 33, 34 now? He's had a superb game.
Cole. Well, he's won the free kick. Ferdinand bewildered by that decision.
It'll be interesting to see this again. Rio Ferdinand felt he didn't touch him. Well, he certainly caught him on the outside of the knee, didn't he? Free kick in a good position for what will be a consolation goal only for West Ham.
Hutchison and Sinclair over the free kick. So too is Joe Cole. Just the blast one! Searing through, but over the top.
Steve Dunn saying it came off a West Ham player. Not sure if it did. If it was Joe Cole. It was a good strike from Hutchison. Good to see the West Ham fans haven't lost their sense of humour of just singing we're going to win 4-3 before the free kick was taken. Travelled a long way and I haven't seen much tonight.
So Leeds United end the first day of 2002 on top of the Premiership. A 3-0 victory for David O'Leary's team, earned with 2 goals in the first 7 minutes from Mark Viduka, and rounded off by a brilliant finish from Robbie Fowler in the second half. David James made important saves to prevent the margin from being even wider. A good victory though for Leeds, and remember when they last won the title in 1992, which team did they put 3 goals past on New Year's Day? West Ham United. Spooky, eh?